Bro, women give the worst advice. So I'll basically talk about majorly the advice that women give to men, right? That are very, very dangerous. That just advice. You see, this advice, they are good intended, but because of so many reasons that like women would never understand the reality of men. Out of good intentions, your mother will give you advice that doesn't work. Your sister will give you advice that doesn't work. Sometimes this advice can be used to manipulate you towards doing their bidding, towards you allow yourself to be manipulated. Now, if you wait to the very end of this video, you basically understand that everything boils down to you as a man. You to be a very big fuck up for you as a man to believe those lies. Very big fuck up for you to believe those lies, right? So the number one lie I'll start with, which holds a lot of men back, is one, just be yourself. Think about it. What does that thing do to men? As a man, it makes you kind of think that the world is perfect, that you don't have to change, you don't have to level up, you don't have to be a better version of yourself. But guess what? That is not reality. The woman that you want to bring into your life, she's expecting a man that's already leveled up. She's expecting a man who's already doing well for himself to an extent. She's expecting a man who has finances to take care of the family. Even though she's a quote-unquote good woman, she expects you to have finances. She expects you to what? Have a good body for good genes. She expects you to be healthy. Guess what? This is not what a man is born with automatically. These are things that happen when a man is evolving himself. So this advice comes because women, in their nature, they can choose to not improve their lives. And guess what? Men would accept them just the way they are. For a woman to even increase her value, right? For a woman to increase her value, she can just be herself, literally speaking, with her mouth shut in terms of not saying things that are like trash and not taking in food that will make her too fat. She will be accepted. But you as a man, no. You're going to have to work for years. You're going to have to start building a foundation for your family, a foundation for yourself. Right? So you see that this advice, like I said, it may sound good intended, but as a man, you have to realize that you cannot follow that advice. So instead, start evolving your life. Have a vision you're working towards. Start building, make money, build muscles, raise your self-esteem, raise your confidence, build a character. By the way, because most guys don't do that. I can tell you for a fact that one major reason why a good woman will leave you, a woman you call good will leave you, is that you lack character, you lack personality. It's something that most guys never build. But the way, if you want to know how to build a personality, let me know in the comment section. 2, be nice to women. Think about it. By default, men are always nice to women. But when they give you this advice, especially when it comes from a woman who you're trying to like get to know socially or trying to make your girlfriend, what she's mostly saying is that sometimes it could be manipulation, is that she wants you to ignore her bad behavior and still treat her nice, just like that. And you also see this with women whose father never called them out. You will see them with this kind of behavior. Bro, don't be that guy. Please, I am begging you, don't be that guy that falls for that lie. Instead, what should you do? Be kind, be respectful, respect women. I will tell you that, respect women. But make sure you have boundaries. Make sure you have a backbone, you have a spine. You have boundaries that if she crosses those boundaries, you're willing to call her out. You would never allow bad behavior to go unpunished. Because if you allow bad behavior to go unpunished for too long, guess what? You will lose her in the process. In that process, damage your mental health, damage the way you see women. So do you see how sometimes these lies could be good intended, sometimes it could be misused, but generally you are a man. Your job is to think. Your job is to think for yourself, right? The third lie I always after hear women say is, oh, it's okay to be vulnerable, real men cry. Think about this thing. Think about this thing now. Now. Think about 100 years ago. Was such speech available in any culture? Think about it now. For the centuries men have existed, how many cultures had the idea that it's okay for men to cry? The only reason we have men saying it's okay for men to cry is because we now have modern day propaganda trying to make you weak, trying to suppress your masculinity. Right? I'll tell you for a fact that as a man, you will get more respect from your woman if you shut the fuck up, man up, and solve your problems. But still, have men around you who would help you solve your problems. You see, Taking your problem to the brotherhood will increase your chances of solving that problem, right? Now, for you going to cry to your woman, be vulnerable to her. No, she looks up to you. She wants to look up to you. She wants to respect you. So, what do women say? Oh, be vulnerable if they don't really want that. That's sometimes. So, women, you see, this idea of equality has made us realize that. Well, has made us think partly that we are the same. We are not the same. Yes, we have similarities, but we also have differences, right? It's like apples and oranges. You don't bite you don't bite an orange like that. You have to peel the orange or squeeze the orange, right? Same thing with apples, you can bite them like that. What that means is it is different rules. They're both fruits, different rules for the consumption. So women can have problems. They can cry about their problems. They can feel heard about their problems. Guess what? That's all they wanted to do, feel heard. So if you have a girlfriend, right, it will do you a very good favor for you to just hear her rant about her problems. That's all. She will cry, just listen to her. You can ask her questions, but don't offer advice yet, except she asks you for the advice. Because that's how they think. They don't just let it out. But as a man, guess what? You're supposed to let it out by action. If you don't know the action to take, try contacting men, brotherhood, men who understands men issues. And by the way, one other thing, because my channel here is very realistic, right? If you have a girlfriend or like a woman in your life or something, if you have a problem, right, and you are dealing with the problem, but you just want to make her aware that you're dealing with it, trust me, she would respect you more for it. Not only will she respect you, she will respect you so much that she will not begin to think of solutions that she can contribute to your life or to that problem. A typical example is maybe you have an issue now with maybe sales, right? Sales. And you're telling her, okay, this is my issue and this is how you're dealing with it, right? Maybe one of those days when you're like talking to her, right? Most of the time, most women won't care, right? A woman who loves you, who sees that you're not struggling, you're speaking of it like you are solving it, and you don't need her. That's when she tries to see if she can bring in any ideas. What I mean is, at least be solving it yourself, so she can come and see you as somebody who she respects, right? This is me being realistic here. After being with different women, right? You see, women will rather help you, will want to assist you solve the problem if you are already making the moves yourself. Number 4 lies. Oh, always put your woman first. Happy wife, happy life. Complete BS. You would never, take this thing from me, you will always lose your purpose if you put a woman first. But you would rarely, any woman you lose chasing your purpose was not meant for you. It was never meant for you. And that does not mean that you don't give her attention. You're giving her reasonable attention. You are there for her when you can be there for her. You make things happen. You are building a vision for 2 of you, right? You're not being this dog-headed motherfucker, right? But look at men who are always on their mission, always on their purpose. There's a way it attracts women, because when you're always on your purpose, it makes you masculine as fuck. And guess what? That attraction becomes stronger. And it becomes strong enough if you're also giving her a good amount of attention while still maintaining focus on your purpose, right? So you have to understand how this thing works, right? That being on a purpose is the most attractive thing you can do as a man, right? But putting a woman first would always lead to a fucking disaster, right? Would always lead to a disaster, because it will make you put her on a pedestal, right? Make you put her on a pedestal. You begin to look up to her validation. You begin to behave like a yes boy, and that itself is where the turn off starts. Where you begin to turn into a yes boy. It's like, mommy, what should I do? Right? So always be on your mission, always prioritize your mission, right? Like I said, it's the woman that will come into your life, right, will want to assist you to make your mission better. If you don't believe me, look for any guy who preaches about purpose. He'll tell you that women treat you different when you're on your purpose, right? So the 5th lie that women would say, right, is that you just have not met the right one. This is probably coming from like a sister or like a friendly lady or something, right? What she's basically saying is, oh, if you adjust yourself, women will come to you, the right one will come to you. That is not how men act. That is not how men act in any way. So what should you do? Always be leveling up. You see, if you basically look at what women say, right? If you look at what women say, you get to realize that women always want men that have worked on themselves. You can never ever go wrong by working on yourself as a man. Never. Never ever go wrong. This is why you should always live with a vision in your head. Without a vision, you will drift through life. Right? So that you don't have a right one. If you're there waiting for the right one, what happens is you will become fat, you become lazy. Then think about it. Why should a woman respect you? Because you are waiting for her. Instead, level up. The right one would actually come into your life, to fit into your life, for you to take the lead. Think about it, right? Why would a woman see you and just think about it first? How many women do you see date broke, fat, ugly losers? How many women do you see? No. Because those men have never taken the intention to work on themselves. So if you're somebody who believes the right one will come by you just being yourself, no, you're in the wrong spot, you're in the wrong place. Again, women give this advice because they want you to feel good, right? And women have this idea that, oh, I don't chase, I attract, which is okay. It's not a bad mentality. But because men are coming, they think that as they're coming, one will click the boxes, one will just tick all the boxes, which to an extent is not really reality, right? Because women have like a shit ton of boxes, right? So as a man, right, you have to realize that if you want the right one to come, guess what? You have to be on the right path. You have to be evolving on that right path. Have you seen how all these things are all connected to your masculinity, your purpose as a man? So brother, by the way, if you have heard any other lie that I didn't mention, another lie you hear women say is, trust me. Now, hold on. Why you should take that as a lie is that what women are saying is, based on how I feel at the moment, I want you to trust me. Based on how I feel at this moment. What that means is that if you take her word for it, I can guarantee you, in like an hour or two, our feelings can change. And what she said was fact. You should trust her on, can completely come out. A typical example is, you're probably in a hot convo with a babe, right? And she tells you how, oh, this is a guy you should not worry about, because she doesn't want to break your heart. All of a sudden, she wants to be wicked to you, and she tells you, she's that guy I told you not to worry about. Two of us had XYZ just yesterday. Simply because she feels different now. So as a man, right, instead of taking a woman's word for it, just watch what she's doing, right? Understand that women are driven by their emotions. As a man, you can say, okay, you know what? Fuck it. This is the fact, right? Fuck my emotions, this is the fact. That's not how they think. They think based on feelings. And guess what? Fact does not care about feelings. So brother, I don't want you to be burned. So if you have another lie that you've probably heard from women, right? Again, like I said, some of these statements or lies or advice, they may be good intended, but a lot of the times, they come from a female perspective because they don't understand the male life. Sometimes it comes from manipulation. Sometimes it comes from the fact that they don't want you to feel bad about circumstances. But if you feel like you've heard any other lie that I didn't touch in this video, please drop it in the comment section. Talk to you soon, and bye for now.